student, this is the video number 2 of water chapter. In this video, we are going to discuss about the water. So, how water is useful to us. You know that water controls the temperature of the atmosphere and even the temperature of our human bodies. So, it controls the temperature of the atmosphere and the human body by absorbing the water vapors from our body. When we sweat, when we sweat, when we do any exercise, we run, jog, we form a sweating on our body, and it absorbs by doing the sweating. The sweating is absorbed in the form of water. The water is taken out from our body, and it controls the temperature of our body. And you know that the normal body temperature of a human body is 37 degrees Celsius. And it also controls the temperature of the atmosphere. And water is required for domestic purposes, agriculture, industrial. Domestic, you know that bathing, cooking, washing, cleaning, we need water. Okay. In agriculture, for the plants, fields, animals, industrial for the chemical industries, rubber industries, almost every industry needs water. So, water is required in domestic, agriculture and industrial. So, you know that the scientists are searching for a planet. They are searching for another planet where they can find the water. Because water is very important for the survival of human beings. They are not searching for the oxygen. Instead of oxygen, they are looking for the water. If on any planet water is present, then life can be survive on that planet. So you can understand how much the importance of water is in our life. So they are looking for a planet where they can find water. So by this way you have got the idea how much water is required for our survival. Now we will understand why water is called a universal solvent. Why we call water as a universal solvent. Water is called a universal solvent because as it dissolves large number of substances than any other. Because it can dissolve large number of substances than any other solvent can dissolve. As water is a universal solvent, it can dissolve mostly solids. Almost solids it can dissolve in water like sugar, salt, calcium carbonate, etc. It can dissolve, and even it can dissolve the solutions also, milk, honey. It can dissolve in it, and even it can dissolve gases. So I am saying not all solids, all gases, all liquids. I am saying most of the solids can dissolve in water, and mostly gases can dissolve in water. So that's why water is called a universal solvent, because it can dissolve large number of substances. Now I will tell you what do you mean by solute. Solute means which dissolves in a medium. The thing which we have to dissolve in a medium. Medium is your solvent. And what do you mean by solvent? Medium of dissolution. Which the medium, solvent is the medium in which you have to dissolve the solute. And what do you mean by solution? Homogeneous mixture of solute in solvent. Where in solvent a solute is dissolved, and when you get a mixture, homogeneous mixture, that mixture is called the solution. Now by taking one example, it will be very clear to you. If I take one glass of water I have taken, this is the water, and I add 1 teaspoon of sugar in it. I added 1 teaspoon of sugar in it, and this is your water. So I am adding sugar in it, 1 teaspoon or 2 teaspoon, 1 or 2. So this is your solute which I am dissolving in a medium. And what is your medium? Here medium is this water, that is your solvent in which the solute is dissolution. Medium of dissolution is called the solvent, and when you add solute in solvent and you get solute plus solvent, you get a, when you add the solute in the solvent, you get a solution. You get a solution. So this is the solution. Solute is the small quantity which get dissolves in a medium, and solvent is the medium of dissolution in which your solute gets dissolved. And when you add the solute in a solvent and you get a mixture, homogeneous mixture, that mixture is called a solution. I hope so from the definitions, solute, solvent and solution is clear to all of you, and what is universal solvent is clear to all of you. Now moving on the next topic, that is unsaturated and saturated. Now firstly I am going to tell you what is unsaturated and saturated. If I take a 1 glass of water and I add 1 teaspoon of sugar in it, okay, it will get dissolved. I add 2 teaspoons of sugar in it, it will get dissolved. So what do you mean by unsaturated solution? A solute can dissolve, a solution can dissolve more solute at a given temperature, is called the unsaturated. If I add 4 teaspoons of sugar, it will get dissolved. Okay, if I add the 5th teaspoon of sugar in it, it will not dissolve. It will not dissolve now. So cannot dissolve. What will come? Cannot dissolve any more solute at a given temperature. That solution is called the saturated solution. I explain you again. I have taken 1 glass of water and I add 1 teaspoon of sugar in it, it get dissolved. Then I add another teaspoon, it means 2 teaspoon has been added, it gets dissolved. 3, it dissolves. 4, it dissolves. And when I add the 5th teaspoon, it doesn't dissolve. When the sugar is getting dissolved, that solution is called the unsaturated. And when the sugar doesn't get dissolved, that solution is a saturated solution. So what is the difference? It can dissolve more solute, but it cannot dissolve any more solute at a given temperature. Okay, now see this. I have taken 1 glass of water, these are the water molecules, and I added sugar. So the sugar will take the space which is left by the water molecules. Okay, now the spaces they have taken, whatever the spaces they have taken. The sugar has occupied all the spaces. Now if I add more sugar in it, it will stand on the surface. It will not get dissolved. So that solution is the saturated solution. When all the sugar get dissolved in solution, in solvent, that is called the unsaturated. But now the sugar is not getting dissolved, that is called the saturated. Now how I am going to convert the saturated solution into unsaturated? Unsaturated. First, by increasing the temperature. If I heat this mixture, water in sugar, if I heat this mixture, now I can add more sugar in it. So the fifth spoon was not getting dissolved in that water. If I heat that mixture, the 5th spoon will get dissolved. If I add 2 more spoon, that will also get dissolved. So the saturated solution is converted into the unsaturated solution. Okay, that's why I have written the given temperature. That's why I have written the given temperature. Because at room temperature, when I add sugar in it, it will get dissolved. But a stage will come when more sugar will not get dissolved in it. And when I heat that solution, the more sugar can dissolve in it. So I am changing the temperature. So when I change the temperature of the solution, the more sugar can dissolve in it. So this is called that's why we have written that unsaturated will be dissolve more solute at a given temperature. And how this happens, you already have studied the matter chapter. You know that when you increase the temperature of anything, the particles will start moving, they will gain kinetic energy, and the particles will move apart from each other, and they will go to here and there. The particles will move when you increase the temperature. As you know that when you increase the temperature, they acquire high kinetic energy, and the forces between them decreases and the spaces between them increases. They increases the spaces. As the particles will move up, they will go here and there, and they will increase the spaces. And when the spaces will be increased, you can add more solute in it, and it will fill in those spaces. So you can dissolve more solute in the solvent. And by other method also, you can add more solute in the solvent by adding more of the solvent. If I add more water molecules, then now I add the sugar molecules, the more space is created. Now the sugar will get occurred in this, will take the space left by the water molecules, will fill these spaces. So the sugar will get dissolved. So by two ways we can convert saturated solution into unsaturated. By increasing the temperature, it will create the space for the sugar to fill in those spaces, or by adding more of the solvent, we can add the sugar in it. By this way, this can be converted. Now next is supersaturated. It is clear from the saturated also. It can hold much more solute. When I heat the saturated solution, when I am heating this solution, I can add more solute in it. Otherwise, it can hold only 4 spoons of sugar in it. But when I add the 5th spoon, it doesn't get dissolved. But when I heat the mixture, I can add 2-3 more spoons of sugar in it, and it will get dissolved. That solution is called the supersaturated solution. It means a solution which contains more solute that it can dissolve at a room temperature. Clear? From saturated you get the supersaturated. When you heat the saturated solution, you can add 2-3 more spoons sugar in it, and it will get dissolved. That means it can hold much more solute than it can. That is called the supersaturated solution. Thank you. I would be sharing the next video.